Today is officially the first day of week 2, and I literally cannot emphasize how important everything we did in week 1 was. I showed you guys how to do the brainstorming of whatever product or service that you're trying to sell from scratch. And now after the first week, we now have a solid understanding of that first week. We figured out all their pain points, their symptoms. We looked at what they care about, why they care about it. We took a bunch of time and figured out how their operations work, why they work, and why we even matter in the first place. So now we have our own offer, we have our own promise, we have our own structure for how we're going to be approaching businesses. And we just finished out the week by creating our final pricing structure, which is what you're looking at right now. This is how we're going to be pricing everything in the future when we actually start pricing and talking to people. And I broke down the science literally of how we even got to this and how we did it in the first place in the very last video. So now on week 2, this is when shit starts to get fun. We are no longer at the whiteboard, right? We're no longer brainstorming at this point. We're going to be moving forward. Think about what we're going to start doing is like building a house, right? And so like any building that needs to be built good, it needs to have a very good solid foundation. So today I'm going to explain to you guys, or at least try to start by telling you what this foundation actually is, what goes into it, why we need to build it, and how we're going to be doing it for the week. I'm going to be introducing you to all the ideas and all the things that we're going to do first before we actually start doing them. So with that being said, let's fucking get it. So think about what we're about to start doing is like building a house, right? Just like any real building or any real house, you have to have a solid foundation that it gets built on. So today we're going to basically talk about what that foundation actually even means for us and why it even matters in the first place. What is everything that we're going to have to build? It's going to be more of an overview. I'm going to explain to you guys and introduce you to the idea of what these things are before we actually start building them. So I'm going to start by giving you guys an overview of what we're about to put together, and we're going to talk about why this shit even matters in business in the first place. And not even really in just business, but like in the AI automation industry in general. So I want you to think about where we are in the world right now, right? We're talking about basic supply and demand. There's a lot of demand for AI everywhere. There's not a lot of people who can deliver on these AI systems. Okay, so right now you are in a very good position to sell yourself. Actually, it is so much easier to sell yourself right now, literally because of the times that we are living in right now, which means we have to think about how we look outwards to the businesses in the world and how we present ourselves and our offer and all these things that we talked about. So let's think about this from the business's perspective, right? Let's just flip sides. We are not going to take our brain and put it on the other side. We're going to try to look at ourselves the same way that businesses try to see us. So if I was a business right now in 2026 and I was looking for somebody to help me with my business in terms of something AI related, which by the way, everybody and their mothers right now is looking for that guy. They just cannot find the right person. And if they do find them, there's two main problems, right? They don't have good work history, or they're not credible at all, or they're just somebody that doesn't know what they're doing. Because a lot of this stuff is very new and a lot of people overpromise, and so a lot of businesses end up being burnt in the beginning. But that doesn't mean that everybody in the world cannot do it. There's a lot of people that can do it. So you have to put this idea in the back of your mind when you are projecting yourself into the world, right? It's that this is a brand new thing. And usually businesses turn left and right to see if other businesses are doing this or are buying this stuff before they start to do it themselves. So this is the role that you have to fit right now, right? You have to become the AI guy for them right now. And this person not only just shows up to save them money and time, but when you land up in their inbox or messages or whenever you're talking to them, wherever you're talking to them, there's going to be a few main things that everybody is going to be looking for. And these are going to be things that they're looking for to decide if they even want to work with you or talk to you in the first place. So that's what I'm about to explain to you guys right now, where they even start and why they matter. The very first one is the fact that you have a real domain and a real business entity, right? You are not sending communications from @gmail.com. When you're sending communications or anything online, right, you are representing yourself, which means you need to have your own domain. This is going to be something @yourcompany.com, right? So if your name is John, your email is going to be john@blah.com, and that blah is going to be your company name. It's you. Just off of the fact that you have your real domain in your own name, you separate yourself from a lot of people that are wannabe businesses. No real business is not going to have a proper domain. That's just a fact. And so starting point right here, we're going to have a domain. And because you have a domain, you are now going to have a searchable website. The reason why there has to be a website is because they're going to look at it through your email, right? Let's just say your Tom is Tom and your company's name is AI.com. So your email is going to be tom@ai.com. When they get anything from you, they're going to look at that domain. They're going to see AI.com and they're going to search it up and try to look at your website. They're going to figure out who you are, what you're about, what you do, all of that research before anybody spends money with anybody. Which means you now have to have a website that is searchable, right? People have to find you online and figure out what they're looking at. Meaning we have to create a website that is not only yours, but it is tied to your domain. That's one of the very first things that somebody has to do up front before you even get to the prerequisite of being at the front door of being able to talk to people and try to sell them online. Now, the third thing is they're going to try to find previous work and they're going to ask you about it, right? They're going to say, hey, what have you done? Why are you legitimate? What gives you that legitimacy? What are you even about? And this is usually done with previous work. Now, obviously, a lot of you guys, if you're doing this for the very, very first time, you're not going to have this credibility, right? This previous work. That's probably what's going on in your head right now. So at this case, we're going to do the only logical, fair thing that we can do to try and get that experience in the first place, which is by doing something very important. And that thing is giving value up front. It starts by saying, hey, this is something that we've been working on and we're developing and researching for some time and we're just now launching it. And you guys are part of the very first group of businesses that we're talking to about this, right? And so because of this, you guys are going to be a lot of very good incentives from us up front. In return for that incentive, we are looking for feedback and we're looking for work and we're looking for experience. So this is what we're going to try to do. We have to try to prove ourselves ahead of time for the people just in the beginning. You're not going to have to work this hard later. And if we end up going through with them and they do accept, then this will be how you're building your very first set of credibility in the real world that you can use for that next conversation. And remember, I told you guys this before, I'm going to tell you it again. No matter what happens, you don't lose. You either gain experience and real knowledge and connections, or you actually end up selling the system and you gain monetary profit, right? You're getting money. So the idea here is that you're providing value ahead of time and you're giving them an experience ahead of time before they even decide to spend money with you. That's how we're going to try to get our foot through the door in the beginning, because that is the only logical option you have on the table for anybody that's looking at you. And I need you to remember, right? I told you guys this earlier, but I'm going to say it again. No matter what happens, you win either way, right? You're either gaining knowledge or experience with everything you're doing, or you are getting actual profits because you're selling something, you're getting monetary value. So either way, you are going to try to win people through doing demos ahead of time, through doing value up front. And basically, that's how we're going to be getting our foot through the door. That's how we're going to be getting our very first set of experience and try to break in and figure out how we're going to get companies to want to work with us in the beginning. So when you're starting off, this is your go-to. And obviously the reason why is everything I just told you. No credibility, no history, no name yet, nothing yet. This is how you're going to get ourselves through the front door. This is what we're basically going to be doing. Okay, we're going to start off by getting a professional domain, and this is going to be in your company's name. This is literally one of the most fun parts of the entire process. You get to finally bring your vision to life, create a company's name. That is literally the first thing that you're going to do, and this is something that's going to stick later. Obviously, this is something that ends up growing, so you can either squeeze your brain to figure this out, or I can show you guys a very quick way to come up with a company's name. Obviously, whichever one you want to take, it is completely up to you, but in my opinion, this is a fun part. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to get a professional domain in that company's name. The second thing we're going to do is we're going to get you guys a professional email using that domain. I'm going to walk you guys through how to do this step by step, but this is what's going to make your email look professional, right? So if your company is called AI and your domain is going to be AI.com, your email here would be tom@ai.com, right? This gives you that professional look when you're talking to people online. And the third thing that we're going to do is, ladies and gentlemen, nowadays it is extremely easy to get a website. You don't even have to try hard to get a website, because there are tools that will literally create entire websites for you. And that's exactly what I'm going to show you guys how to do. We're going to generate and stand up our own website using an AI website builder. And by the way, just because we're using an AI website builder does not mean that it's going to be AI slop. We're actually going to have this tool build it up 50% of the way where we want to get it. And then we're going to spend some extra time to refine the website and get it exactly how we want to get it, right? Just because we're using a tool does not mean we're letting it do everything. We're still going to go back. We're still going to edit it, but we're not building everything from scratch. And I'm going to show you guys exactly what this tool is, how to use it, how to work. You're going to watch me use it in real time. And the fourth thing we're going to do is we're going to tie that domain that we got earlier in our company's name to the website, so that way it looks presentable, right? So that way when somebody types blah blah blah.com, they end up on your website. Again, I'm going to show you guys how to do this as well. And the fifth and final thing, which is probably one of the, if not the most important step in this entire process right here, is something called inbox warm up. And I know this doesn't make sense to you guys, but this is one of the most important parts in the entire process, because without this, your messages, every single outreach message you sent is going to end up going nowhere. And I'm going to dive into what email warm up actually is, what it means, and all the details about it and how to actually do it, because we're going to do it for ourselves. Now, as part of building the foundation to our house, right, we're going to be using 4 different tools to do what I explained to you guys we're going to do earlier. Right now, I'm going to explain to you guys what these tools actually are and what is the cost attached to them, which you're only going to have that cost really for 3 of them. So the first one is going to be namecheap.com. Okay, this is where we're going to be getting our actual website's domain name, which we're going to be using for that professional email that we're going to be getting. And we're also going to be tying this domain to our website. The next thing we're going to set up is your Google Workspace. This is how we're going to be getting that professional email, and we're going to tie it to the domain so that way your email actually has your website in it. And it's going to be $8.40. Now, what we're going to do is we are going to cheap out, because this is usually per month. So what we're going to do is we're going to buy it for this month right here, and then we're going to be attacking and hitting our plan and seeing how things work out for the 30 days. From there, ideally, if everything is good to go, you guys would want to keep this plan, because this is what it's going to take for you to basically grow your business. But this is the cost tagged to having your professional email. And now, ladies and gentlemen, for literally one of the most exciting parts of this entire thing, you guys are literally going to see magic with this, with what I'm about to show you guys shortly. This is going to be how we're going to be building our website. This is a cheat code for website building. We're going to be using an AI website builder, okay? If you guys have never seen it or actually used one before, you're going to see me use it in real time. You're going to see us use it to build our voice AI landing page website, and it's going to blow your mind, okay? Now, we're not just going to go in and just tell it to build us a website, okay? We have to take a strategic approach on how to have it build us the maximum quality website. And I'm going to show you guys exactly what that strategic approach is. There's actually a structure for how you should be talking to these AI website builders to get the best possible website or landing page that you actually want. So, and if you guys are seeing this for the first time and you're going to see me do it for the first time, this is going to be absolutely beautiful. So we're going to be using Base 44 for that AI website builder. Now, I don't know if you guys have heard of them before, but there's quite a lot of them out there, okay? There's not just Base 44. There's a list right here, right? There is Base 44, there's Durable, there is Softer, there's Replit, there's Bolt. There's a list right here. There's so many different ones out there in the real world, but I am going to recommend you guys use Base 44 right here. And the reason why is because after you guys see us use it, and you see the quality of the landing page we're going to be getting from Base 44, you're going to see how it compares to everyone else in the market. You're going to see why the quality is there. And we're going to use this to build the entire AI website for our entire voice AI package. For Base 44, it's going to be $50 per month. And I realize this is probably on the higher end of the spectrum for what a lot of you guys can probably afford to pay for the month. But me, in my personal opinion, when I do anything relating to business online or anything that I genuinely take serious, I see things as an investment. And so to me, this is worth it for the quality that I'd be getting and for the speed of it, how much time I'm literally spending to get to that quality in the first place. Now, if you guys want to dabble in the same AI website builder, but you don't want to spend $50 a month, you want to go cheaper, I'm going to give you guys an alternative right here, which is going to be Durable, okay? It is basically the same thing, okay? It is an AI website builder that lets you edit your website just by completely chatting with it and actually building it in the first time. And the thing about it is you can use this one totally for free if you're not tying a domain. But if you are going to be tying a domain, you can get away with getting on their base plan, which is $15 a month. It's going to give you access to the custom domain hosting and all those other features that you can tie and build all kinds of crazy integrations that you want with it. Differences with Durable, by the way, is you're going to be able to tweak website elements by dragging and dropping things on the actual website and typing on it. Whereas with Base 44, you're going to have to chat with it. And the last thing we're going to use is Truly Inbox, which is going to be our email warming platform, okay? And the reason you can use Truly Inbox is because it's totally free. They allow you to connect one mailbox and warm it up completely for free without you even having to pay a single cent. So all in all, total, if you are going with Base 44 as your option, you're looking at $65. And if you're going with Durable as your option, you're looking at $30. Either way, a lot of you guys spend way more than this on dumb shit like video games and gas. So if you're complaining about 65 for your business, you're not meant to be here. Now let's talk about what email warm-up actually is. This is how we're going to be landing in people's inboxes and getting our messages and emails delivered without being stopped by going to junk or spam folders. Basically what happens is when businesses out in the real world try to do cold outreach, which is them reaching out through email to a lot of businesses in order to sell them a service or a product, they hope to get a response back and get that person on a call. They usually use a service provider to do something called email warm-up, which is exactly what this is. Look at this picture right here, right? You can build email reputation with the email warm-up, so that way you don't land in spam again whenever you send emails out. So usually what happens is when you have a brand new domain, okay, and a brand new email with no history of it being used, immediately what happens is emails that you try to send out, even if they are genuine, might still go to junk or spam because Google's algorithm flags these emails from brand new domains, especially when you're trying to do cold outreach. So email warm-up is how we're going to be preventing this and how we're doing the workaround in order to not end up junk or spam. And usually people do this through some service provider, and this is usually how it works, right? So let's just say you have this service provider. This is one of them right here. They're called Instantly. And this is a very, very famous one. What you do with Instantly is you log into your brand new mailbox with Instantly. The traditional way to warm up a mailbox is by sending a few emails from your brand new email box to something else and also getting a response, right? It needs to be to a whole other mailbox, and you have to keep doing it over a long period of time. So this shows Google that you have real legitimate use case of that mailbox, and you have to use your mailbox with Gmail so that way they can see it and say, okay, this is not a robot. This should not go to junk or spam. So usually inside of Instantly, what you do is you log into your mailbox. So what happens is you go to Instantly, right? You log into your brand new mailbox. And inside of Instantly, there's an automated system that will literally do this to your mailbox. It will send emails from your mailbox right here to their internal already warm mailboxes. And then from these mailboxes, it will respond back to your mailboxes and open it up and do this again and again and again, basically beefing up the engagement and making sure that your mailbox is actually being used and it's real and it's ready to actually go out to the real world. And it will do this literally every single day for hours and hours, and it does this for weeks. So the general warm-up process takes around 2 to 3 weeks manually, okay? Think about this. Your mailbox every single day sends 1 or 2 emails and gets a response, okay? And every single day, what happens is this service provider replicates that, okay? So day 1, it's gonna send maybe 1 email. And then day 2, it might send 2 emails. And it's gonna keep doing this every single day for several days, just basically beefing up the engagement day in and day out over a long time period. This is basically what these service providers do in order to make sure that your mailbox gets warmed up. And so by the end of this warm up period right here, you are going to have a lot of targeted emails that were sent, opened, and responded to, and this is going to allow you to send out emails without being flagged or reported for junk or being reported as spam, and you're going to actually land in the inboxes that you're trying to land into without any issues at all. Boys and girls, this is one of the most important, crucial things, because if you're talking to somebody and they cannot hear you, your chat with them is useless, okay? And this is what makes sure that your message actually reaches the people that you're trying to reach out to, is you have to make sure you're doing this warm-up process. Now, because this is how it works, and obviously it takes some time period, we have to start the email warm-up process as soon as possible, because we have to have our mailbox ready to be used, so that way in our time period we can activate it and get to use it a week later. So with that being said, here are things that we have to 1000% make sure we're doing, okay? We have to make sure that we have a clean website with a direct call to action, okay? So that there needs to be a button somewhere on that website, and it needs to be them filling out a form or directly booking into our calendar or doing some sort of thing that gets them to talk to us. So if your website is messy or ugly, it actually reflects on your work, right? They're gonna look at your website, they're gonna say, why would we want him to work for us if he didn't even take time to make sure his website looks good? Now, the second thing we have to make sure of is the inboxes are warmed up and ready to go, okay? We do not wanna start the warm-up process once we actually start it. We're gonna let the mailbox actually warm up for the week, which is why in this video, you have to start understanding this process that I'm explaining to you guys. And then I'm gonna show you guys how to actually do it. And we're gonna start the email process in this video. So we have to start this as soon as possible. And the third thing is going to be personalizing our message. I'm actually not going to cover this right now. I will cover this in the time period when we are personalizing and creating our outreach, because I'm going to explain to you guys the best practices for how you should be framing that message and how to get the best reply rates and open rates for your emails. This is going to be something I'm going to go over and show you guys exactly how to do later in this journey. And all of this, by the way, this is me guiding you guys through what I learned to do every single day for months and months and months. This is the very basic, super introductory level of doing the kind of work that you guys would have to get into doing if you're genuinely trying to change your life through doing something meaningful, especially with AI and automation. If you're doing this kind of something right here, you're not doing it for a few weeks, right? You're sitting down, you're writing down a 2-3 month plan, and you're attacking this plan over and over and over again. And by the third or fourth month, you're gonna look back at your results, you're gonna make changes on the things that you do, and then you're gonna try to make them better and move forward. This is what it means for somebody that wants to do something successful, because truth is, it's a lot of strategy, it's a lot of planning, it's a lot of failing, it's a lot of just design that you guys have to put in for a long period of time. You're gonna try, you're gonna fail, and you're gonna look back at why you failed, and you're gonna try again, you're gonna fail again, and then you're gonna do the same thing again and again and again. That is literally it. That is how it works. It's part of the entire process, and this is something you're gonna have to get used to doing. It's how you get better at doing stuff. So don't jump into your very first project thinking you're immediately gonna become a professional. You know what I mean? Just because nothing works the very first time doesn't mean that it doesn't work at all. It's just you're not refining it yet, right? You have to try to refine the process you're doing, and there's different touch points here that you have to look at and you have to implement on yourself. Maybe it's the copywriting, maybe it's how you come across, maybe it's your website, maybe it's your wording. There's so many different things that you can refine as part of this process. Or maybe you did something in the sales process that you probably should not have done in sales. So then you would go back to your plan, tweak it, do something different, and then see the results from that. Nobody knows what's going to happen before it happens. So basically what I'm trying to say is, do not expect to be a professional at this immediately. This is going to take time. This is going to take you guys putting effort and work, but this is my way of showing you guys and everybody that's watching this and doing this to actually do what I'm trying to do with AI automation, with selling systems and voice AI. And at the same time, I want you guys to learn this stuff so that way you can plan on how to build something valuable for your own vision. Maybe you not want to copy me, but you have your own idea of how to build something cool with these AI systems. Now, if you guys get on a sales call and you don't know what to do, reach out to me, and if I'm available, I'm going to try to jump on those calls with you and try to help you guys if I'm available, right? Obviously, I don't want to be like those guys online that's just showing you stuff that doesn't work. If I have a plan to show you guys something, I want to show you the most value out of it up front, and I want to show you that it works. So with that being said, the very next thing we're going to do right now is actually start building the infrastructure of everything I told you guys we're going to start building. So let's fucking get it. Now, as part of creating the foundation for our house, right, we're going to be using these 4 different tools. Each of them is going to be basically doing what I explained to you guys earlier. What I'm going to do now is explain to you guys what they are and the cost that's going to be attached to them, which you're only really going to have for 3 of them. So the very first one is going to be Namecheap, okay? This is going to be namecheap.com. This is where we're going to be getting our actual website's domain, which we're going to be using for that professional email, and we're also going to be using it for the website. The next thing we're going to set up is your Google Workspace, okay? This is how you're going to be getting your professional email and how we're going to be tying it to your domain. Now, this is usually per month $8.40, but we're going to cheap out for that very first month, because what we're going to do is we're going to use this for 30 days and we're going to slam the shit out of our plan to make sure that we're doing our outreach for a month and getting that feedback and refining it. If you guys want to continue to use this email, I'm hoping you guys want to build this long term and you want to use it for more than 30 days, but this is going to be $8.40 for your professional email for you to have it. And now, ladies and gentlemen, for literally one of the most exciting parts of this whole thing, this is literally going to be magic. What I'm going to show you guys how to do with this is hands down a cheat code for creating websites, right? I'm going to walk you guys through creating an AI website builder. And if you've never used an AI website builder, or if you've never actually see it work in real time, this is going to literally blow your mind. It's going to be like magic. Now, we're not just going to go and tell it to just build us a website. We're going to take a little bit of a strategic approach, and I'm going to show you guys the best way to actually optimize the output that you're getting from these AI website builders to the maximum capacity possible. There's actually a structure for how you should be talking to them and how you should be formatting what you're saying to get the best possible website or landing page that you're trying to build. So if you're seeing this for the first time, this is going to be absolutely beautiful. So we're going to be using this AI website builder called Base 44, okay? Now, I don't know if you guys have heard of Base 44 before. There's a lot of them out there, though. There's Base 44, there's Durable, there's actually the sheet right here. I'm going to pull it up. There's Hostinger Horizons, Replit, there's Softer, Bold. I mean, there's so many different ones out there in the market, but right now, I really like Base 44, and you guys are going to see exactly why I recommend Base 44 when we actually use it right now. It is very easy to use, and it's very good at what it's supposed to be doing. We're going to be using it to build their whole landing page for our voice AI package. And then the fourth tool that we're going to be using is Truly Inbox. This is going to be our email warmer, okay? And the reason we're using Truly Inbox is because they allow you to warm up one mailbox completely for free. So all in all, the total for this is literally going to be $40, actually a little bit less than that. But you guys spend more than this on gas, so I don't want to hear anybody complaining about the price. I'm gonna start by getting the domain name. First thing I'm gonna do is go to namecheap.com, and that's gonna be for that domain name, which is gonna be $6.49. Before we look for a domain name, basically this is gonna be the name of your agency, your company, your business, your entity, whatever it is that you're wanting to represent yourself as in front of the clients. First, before searching for something, we have to know what it is, right? What's the name of our company? If you already have a name in mind and you just want to search it to see if it's available, let's just say Talk AI. I click search right here, and you're gonna see what's available and what's not, right? Some of them are gonna be this .net, .ai, and not all of them are going to be very cheap right here, okay? Some of them are going to be very cheap, and the reason why is because of the extension right here. Some extensions are going to be more spammy, so people just don't use them at all or just avoid them. But for the most part, the most used ones are going to be this .ios, the .coms, the .ais, .net, .org, those very common ones. Basically here though, you can see right here in this example, the .com is not available, right? It's $9,000. So we don't want to waste too much time thinking of this name. I created a way for you guys to quickly get one, and it's going to be in the form of this system prompt right here. I'm just going to open up ChatGPT, and I'm going to give you guys the system prompt right here, which is going to be designed to help you guys get 50 of these names in this style right here, which is on par with the average company names right now in AI. And this is designed for it to be not so common when you're searching for domains. So once you paste this, you're going to see 1, 2, 3, 4, all the way until 50. All I would do at this point is literally just pick one. So let's just say I picked this Sunrise AI right here, okay? I'm going to jump back into Namecheap, and then I'm going to paste it here, click enter, and then once I paste it, you're going to see that there's a bunch of different options here, but the .com is not available, or, you know, unless you want to spend $8,000. At this point, what you want to do is jump back into this and then just pick another name, the one that you like, until you find one. So earlier I searched and then I found this OpenStep AI one. I'm just going to do the same thing with that. Jump back, and you guys can see as soon as I paste OpenStep AI, we can see this .com is available right now. It is $6.49 with this promo code right here, this newcom649. So I'm just gonna copy it, and then I'm gonna click add to cart. So if you try to use it and you don't have an account, it's gonna prompt you to create an account. So I'm gonna do that off camera right now, and I'm gonna check out and show you guys what you need to do from there. You can see I just applied the code. Now the subtotal is 669, and boom, we are done. Domain is purchased. Now let's move on to the next step. So you can see it's active. If you click on account domain list, and then in this domain list, you're going to see the thing that you just got with a status of active and an expiration date a year from now. We are set. So that was quick and easy. Now we just got the professional domain. The next step is going to be the only annoying one. We're going to get you that professional domain with Google Workspace, and we're going to tie it to the domain, which I'm going to walk you through right now. And we're going to get ourselves that professional email. I'm going to jump into Google Workspace. So I'm just going to search that up on Google, and then I'm going to search down, and this is the link that you guys are going to want to find, workspace.google.com. Click inside of it, and then here you should see a page that looks like this. On the top right, you're going to see this Get Started button. Click on the Get Started, and then here we're just going to fill out some basic information. I'm just going to use the same business name that we just signed up with. Oh, just you. This doesn't really matter. First name 97@gmail.com. Let's just go ahead and do that. So first thing is we're going to set up an existing domain. We're not gonna get a new custom domain because we just bought the existing domain. So I'm gonna click on this, continue with this method, and then it's gonna ask us for that domain name. So what is that? It's gonna be this thing right here, the thing that we just bought. I'm just gonna highlight over it, and then I'm gonna paste it right here. So openstepai.com. I'm gonna click next. Now it's gonna ask you to create that professional email. Look at this. The @ handle is openstepai.com. This is gonna be your first name. So at this point, I'm literally just gonna say Anmar@openstepai.com, and I'm just going to create a very quick password for that. Agree and continue, and once that's done, it's going to ask you to sign in. So we're just going to click next, and then we're going to sign in with the same credentials that we just created. It's going to ask you for a phone number. Once you type in a phone number, it's just going to send you a code. Type in whatever code gets sent to you, and then click next. Now this is the plan. This is the pricing that I told you guys about, this $8.40. However, when you try to go to this plan, immediately Google does not let you. They try to force you into some other plan as a trial, and then from there they'll tell you, oh, you can downgrade it whatever you want to. So what you're going to do is you literally have no option. You have to do this. We're going to click on admin console at the top, and then we're going to sign into the same Google account we just created. When you sign in, you're going to see this gigantic ad right here that says, hey, try Business Plus 2640, and then it's just going to be a trial. You can cancel afterwards. You have no way to get around this until you do the actual trial. And then from there, what we can do is once we're inside, we're going to go immediately and downgrade. So I'm going to show you guys how to go there and do the downgrade once I do this. Once you do that, you're going to see a screen that looks like this. You can scroll down and click skip for now. We don't have to do any of that. And then we're going to click get started. So here, domain host, it already knew this was Namecheap. We're just going to click continue. We don't have to do anything from here. And then this is the verification. So what you have to do at this step, all you have to do is go inside of Namecheap, and you're going to follow the same things that I'm showing you right now. This step right here is done to prove to Google that you actually own this domain. So I'm going to go back to Namecheap, and then I'm going to go to this domain list section. And if you don't know how to get here, at the top right, you're going to see your account. You're going to click on this domain list tab, and it should take you directly to this page. Now from here, it's asking us to do one thing to prove we actually own this domain, which is create a TXT record, and that's what this is right here. So I'm going to click copy on this guy right now, and then I'm going to jump back into this. And when you're at this stage, on this, you're going to either see the word manage or you're going to see verify contacts. If you see this verify contacts, click the drop down and then you'll see manage. Click on manage. When this loads up, you're going to scroll down a little bit, and then here you're going to see add a new record as a button. Click this add a new record and then scroll down a little bit. It's going to be a TXT record. The host right here is going to be at, and then the value is going to be whatever we just copied. And then this TTL right here, it's not from automatic. You're going to change that and make it 1 minute. And then you're going to click this save changes button. Once you do this, jump back into Google, click come back here and confirm. Once you've updated it, confirm. And now Google is going to do the verification it needs to do to actually verify you on that domain. And boom, just like that, you have now tied your brand new domain to your Google Workspace. We're going to click activate Gmail to actually get in and activate our Gmail and start using our professional email that we created. So here I'm going to click continue. And then once I click continue, it's going to show me that email, and I'm going to click proceed with activation. And to activate it, we have to do the exact same thing, except it's not going to be a TXT record. This time it's going to be an MX record. So I'm literally going to copy this right here. I'm going to jump back into advanced DNS, the same exact place we were always at. Inside of this mail settings, you're going to click onto it, and you're going to see a bunch of different options here. Click on custom MX, and then the host is just going to be at. The mail server is going to be the same thing that we just copied, which is going to be smtp.google.com. Priority is going to be 1, and then the TTL is going to be 1 minute. Once you're done with that, click save all changes, and then jump back into Google, click on the checkbox, click confirm, and now it's going to do the verification that it has to do. The same thing as it did last time. Once you do that, you're going to see a page that looks like this. Now you are done. You're going to click explore Google Workspace, and then from here is going to take you to this page right now. You just have to click not sure yet, whatever. We're going to continue through this. At this point, we can just literally log into Gmail. So what I'm going to do is just click on Gmail, and then I'm going to sign back into the same account. And that's it. The Gmail part is done. All you got to do now is go to Gmail and then sign into the same thing we just created. So I'm just going to do that in front of you guys to show you the mailbox is good to go and active. And then once this is done, we're going to set up a few different things, and then we're going to downgrade the subscription so that way we don't get charged after 14 days. Once you sign into the mailbox, click on settings and then see all settings. And then here you're going to click on forwarding, pop and IMAP. Scroll down a little bit and you're going to see this enable pop for all mail. Click on this guy right here, scroll down a little bit, and then click save changes. Now that's done. Next, we have to set up these 3 different things, these 3 different records. These are also very important for our emails to actually reach the destination they need to. I'm not going to get too deep into each of them, but here's what each one does. Now, I also put the steps on how to set these up on the screen, but I'm going to walk you guys through this anyways. The first thing we're going to do is going to click on SPF Google Workspace. We're going to search that up generally on Google, and you're going to see this link right here. When you find that link, click on it and then scroll down a little bit. You're going to see something that looks like this. All you have to do is copy this very first thing. And then if I go back to the documentation, you just copy this. You're going to open up your same Namecheap DNS. We're still in the advanced DNS tab. And then here we're going to add a new record. Also scroll down. It's going to be a TXT record. And then the host, same thing as we did earlier. We're going to click at. Value is going to be the thing that we just copied. And then the number right here, we're going to scroll from automatic and make it 1 minute. Click on the save changes, and that's it. We're done with SPF. Do the second one, DMARC. You're going to go to Google and you're going to search DMARC Google Workspace. Once you do that, you're going to see a page that looks like this. I'm literally just going to copy it and show you guys the first. From the beginning, when you click on this, scroll down a little bit until you see a box that looks like this. Then you're going to copy this guy right here, starting from the V. So V equals, and then go all the way until that very first comma. We're going to copy it. I'm just going to go back to the instructions real quick. And then, yes, so as soon as you see this box, copy what I highlighted, and then what you're going to do is you're going to do this exactly. You're going to replace this postmaster@example.com with the brand new email that we just created. So for my example, it's going to look like this, and I already created it, so I'm just going to copy it real quick. And then what we do is we jump back into the advanced DNS tab. We're going to do the exact same thing, add a new record, and then this is going to be TXT. And the host is going to look exactly like it does in the documentation, _dmarc.example.com, and you're going to replace this with your domain name, right? So in my example, it would be _dmarc. And then I'm just going to remove example.com and use my actual thing. So openstepai.com, right? Value is that thing that we changed earlier. And then this is just going to be 1 minute. You're going to click save, and now you are good to go. Now, the last one we have to do is this DKIM one. And what I'm going to do now is just jump back into Google Workspace. That's going to be workspace.google.com. Click on admin console, and then just sign back into the same account. So that way we can get to the dashboard of the actual admin console for the Google Workspace. You're going to see a search bar at the very top. Search for DKIM auth, and then you're going to see this DKIM authentication. This is going to be a record that we have to generate inside of Google, and then we're going to do the same thing we did with the other ones, where once we get that value, jump back into the DNS and then create a record for it. And I'm going to click generate new record, and then just generate, and then after that it's going to give you that record that you have to do this with. Now here's what that's going to look like. I'm going to copy this guy right here, jump back into Namecheap, and then the host, it's going to be this. The value is going to be the other thing that it gave us. which is this big long thing right here. Go back into it, and then I'm going to paste it. And then this one, I'm just going to leave it as automatic. So now I'm going to click the save changes. Let me show you how to downgrade the plan real quick. We're going to be inside of our Google Workspace in this admin center. And then in home, you're going to see this billing. You're going to click on manage. Then you're going to see a page that looks like this. Scroll down here, click on downgrade. And then when you click this downgrade, you're going to see these options. Obviously, the one we're going to go for is $8.40 per user per month. Click on downgrade. And just like that, it should be good to go. It's going to say, hey, a bunch of stuff is going to disappear from you. Are you sure you want to do that? Scroll all the way down and then click next, and then confirm checkout. And then once that's done, you should be good to go. You are now switched back to $8.40, and you don't have to worry about getting robbed by Google. Boom, now we are done with this. We have our domain, we got our professional email, and we did all of these ugly little steps. You don't have to do that anymore. We are all set up. Now we're going to move to the fun stuff. We're going to actually get our website, and then we're going to tie the domain to our website and makes it all presentable. So that way, when somebody go to this openstepai.com, they're going to see the website that we created inside of our dashboard. And I'm going to show you guys how to get that up. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you guys how we're going to be cheating to literally create our website and our landing page. And the way we're going to cheat is, do you guys remember the last ChatGPT window where we did a huge context dump of literally all of our research in order for us to create our pricing sheet, our pricing structure, which is this thing right here that we ended up using? What we did is we opened up a ChatGPT window and we cooked up this huge system prompt that told it, hey, you are an expert strategist whose sole objective is to design psychologically sound, consistent, and commercially realistic pricing models. Then what we did is we dumped our entire research of everything we care about, why we care about it, all the different CRMs, literally everything that we wanted it to take into account to figure out our pricing. And this included a lot of the research that we did in that first week. So in this chat window right now is a huge context dump of a lot of information about us, who we are, what we're selling, why we're selling it, what are the pain points, the symptoms, literally everything that we care about that we researched in that first week, which makes this chat window the perfect candidate to cook up a system prompt that we can use with these AI website builders. The reason why is because we don't have to explain ourselves, who we are. It has all of that information already stored in its context and its knowledge in this chat. It knows everything because we already told it. So there is no better option to create a system prompt for this AI website builder than this chat window right here. And the reason why is because it knows all the details we care about. And the way these AI website builders work, you guys are going to see it in a minute, is you have to prompt it in a way so that way it knows what it needs to create. It's just like any other AI tool or AI system. It starts with a system prompt that's instructions. And the better your system prompt is, the better quality of input it gets, the better output you are going to get out. The AI system is only as good as the system prompt input that it's getting from the user, which means if you guys want to maximize the quality of the website or the landing page, you have to maximize the system prompt that you're using with it. And what better way to use it than to literally use the same AI chat window that knows all of that information about us, which is exactly what I did right here. And I'm going to show you guys, by the way, word for word what I said to it to get the system prompt that I'm trying to get. Now, I did the same thing that I did earlier where I give it a context dump of what I'm trying to do. I said, now with everything we created in mind, give me a system prompt I can use with AI website builder that will successfully deliver a modern, sleek, San Francisco Apple style website / landing page, which perfectly captures who we are, what we're selling with a CTA. Keep in mind, I didn't have to tell it any of the details about who we are and what we're selling because it already has that information. And I told it to do it with a CTA. This is going to be obviously the button that is on the website that somebody clicks in order to get a calendar booking with us, give us a call, contact us, whatever it may be. So I told it to give it as much detail as possible around what to say, how to format it, how to organize the details, and the styling of the site. And the last sentence that I said was, give me it in code copyable format. What that means is it's going to output it in this format, which is the same organized format that it used when it's outputting code. This is going to be easier for us to copy, and it's going to be better structured for the AI to understand. Now look at this. This is a very helpful sentence to say if you want your output to be organized, structured, better, and copyable. Now look at this. We have a literal entire complex comprehensive system prompt that we can use with the AI website builder that not only tells it all of the details it needs to know about who we are, what we sell, and why we're selling it in the first place. But look at this, it has our core offer right here. This is literally everything that our voice AI system does. It's telling it who is our target audience is, what is supposed to be our CTA, our call to action. And it's giving instructions about all the pages that the AI website builder needs to create. So look at this. It's telling it the full layout with the headlines, with the subtitles, with the bullet points, specific styling and fonts, the visual background, literally as detailed as the hex color code that it needs to use for the website builder. And you guys don't have to do a single thing to actually figure this out in the first place. And if we scroll down here, look, it even went as deep as explaining the specific layout of the pages and the different tiers that we have for the specific businesses that we're trying to sell to. And now the next thing I'm gonna do is where that magic starts. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this entire system prompt and I'm gonna copy the code. I'm gonna jump back into base 44 and I'm gonna paste it in the chat right here. And you guys are gonna get to watch this website builder literally page by page create the code for everything that we're trying to do right now. And it's gonna do it in the exact style that we want. And the crazy thing is, if you wanted to make changes to it, you don't have to do anything but go back and prompt in a text telling it what changes you want to make, and you're gonna see those changes happen live on the right side. Let me show you guys what that looks like. So what happened is it took our system prompt after I had to create a Gmail account real quick, and you guys can see immediately it's telling us which features it's gonna implement, what is the design components, and all the different layouts of what it's gonna do. And if I scroll down here, you guys gonna see it's literally writing the page by page code in real time for every single page that it needs to write. You can see it already finished the home page, the layout, and the hero page on the landing page. It looks like it created a problem section, how it works, an integration section, and we literally did not have to do a single thing but throw in that big system prompt, which we already used from the ChatGPT window previous to it. And look at this. This is the beauty of AI website builders, right? It's writing a tremendous amount of code in the back end. You guys are not going to have to touch a single bit of it. All you have to do to make changes is give it prompts right here, and it's going to make those changes and show you it on the right side in real time. So right now what's happening is once it's finished, it's going to tell you, hey, look, I just finished. And it looks like it just did that right now. It says, I have built it completely. And boom, look at this. It is giving us the entire landing page right now. It's loading it. By the way, I did this the entire time you guys are watching. It took about 3 or 4 minutes. I'm going to scroll down. Look at this. This is with animations, with touch points. Look at this. When I hover over this, it's showing like interactive segments. It's showing animations. I'm going to scroll down. The words animate as you scroll. Folks, this is a full-on professional landing page built specifically on top of our information. Look at this. Tier A. Here's all the inclusions in tier A. And look at this. It included our own pricing. Here's all the inclusions for tier B. Look at the supported CRMs. Jobber, House Call Pro, WordKit, Service Fusion. Everything we researched and cooked up, it just put together. And we did not have to do a single thing besides throw our system prompt into this. Look at this. This is our CTA. This is something that people are going to be able to fill out and quickly book a discovery call, which obviously we're going to be using to get a hold of people. Look at the wording. Every single thing about this was thought to the literal letter. We even have an FAQ section. Do you guys charge calls per minute? Usage costs are billed to the customer. This is something that I explained to you guys as we were going through our research phase. Which CRMs do you guys support? Look at this. We support common plumbing FSM tools. We didn't have to think about any of this. And we have a footer at the bottom, which, by the way, I did not tell it to use hello@pureandmarvoice.com. Obviously, this is not our website. It just figured this out on its own just from that system prompt. And we made this in literally not even 5 minutes. How insane is this? Look at the tabs, right? If I click on integrations, it takes me directly to the integration section. Same thing with how it works. I mean, it created a timeline for how this works. This is weeks worth of work done in minutes. This is the power of AI tools, and this is something that you guys should very much take advantage of. You have no excuses for doing this kind of stuff. You guys just watch me do this in minutes. So what I'm gonna do now is, I'm on the free plan, by the way. I have 25 free messages. We just used the first one. Every single message after that, I get to use to make changes to this page right now, which is basically what we're going to do. I'm actually going to cheap out and use the 25 messages up front. When we get to a point where we have to pay, I'm going to be doing the $25 a month plan, which is the next tier after this. But right now, Miles and I are going to basically go ham and try and figure out what is the best way for us to edit this. How can we make this better? Can we change the colors? Can we change the fonts? I'm literally going to take suggestions from Miles, and we're going to see what is the best way we can finalize this website. Now that we have our landing page of our website, this beautiful, 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 smooth, modern page, what are we going to do now? We're going to make it even better, okay? We're not going to take it for what it is. Obviously, this is already very good, but our job job is to make it even better. So what I'm gonna do is right now, Miles and I are probably just gonna go with everything that we have in our hunch to see how we can visually make this more appealing. And the beautiful thing about AI website builder is any single change we want to make, all we have to do is go to this chat box right here and then type our change right here, and our AI is going to go into the backend, edit those code files, and it's going to display the new changes on the right side. Now, mind you, we're on the free plan right now. We obviously get 25 free messages to basically do whatever we have to do. We're going to try to get our final version hopefully before the 25 messages, but if we hit that capacity, I'm probably still going to be upgrading because we're going to have to do a lot more work, tying our domain into it and all of that good stuff. So with that being said, let's talk about the very first question. Miles, do you like light mode or dark mode? I feel like a lot of people are dark mode people. I don't know how I feel about this.
I like dark.
I really like the light mode, to be honest, but I feel like I want to see what this would look like if we were using dark mode. Okay, that's number one thing.
We could get more of a pop. We could get more of a pop from see how when you're hovering over that thing, we could get more of a pop with a black background.
Okay, we're
Like a
definitely.
color.
I see what you mean. We're definitely missing a pop here, right? There's no pop. This is just displaying stuff for us, so we need a pop. Okay. Number two thing that I see is I don't like that there's pricing here. The reason why is because we're not giving our pricing up front. We are going to try to do our pricing after we book a discovery call with people. Obviously, because every business's demands and complexity is going to be different. So this range right here, it literally doesn't even make sense to give them up front. We might even be more than 4,000, right? So it doesn't make sense to leave this out here. We're gonna tell it to remove the pricing from here and say book a discovery call for them to get the pricing. So that's the number two thing that we're gonna change. All right, let's figure out how do we make this dark mode. First of all, do you have something in mind, Miles, that I can type in here? I'm just gonna let you drive. What should I say to it? Let me know.
I think it would be better with a black background. So let's go ahead and say, let's revisit the entire site and give it a black spacey background and give it silver metallic letters that look like they have like a liquid texture fitting the plumbing theme. Sound good?
Bro got way too deep into his own mind. So you got, all right, so we're gonna, okay, so a liquid texture fitting the plumbing theme. Okay, so you're literally trying to make the website look like like it gives off plumber. That's what you're saying. You wanted to give off plumber. Let's throw it in there. Let's see what happens. I just threw it in. So now what's thinking, it says, okay, I'll retransform the entire site with a dark space theme, silver metallic liquid texture. Looks like it's rewriting the layout page. We're gonna let it think, and the next time we cut, hopefully this is fully done. Miles, I hope you cooked with this one, bro. I actually really want to see what this dark mode looks like. And let's see what it looks like. Boom, here's your dark mode. Let me scroll all the way up. Let's see what it looks like. Stop. Oh my god, look at this. Look at this. We're literally getting an animation right here. We didn't even ask for an animation. This is sick. So here's the thing that I don't like, right? It is definitely dark mode, but you don't see the pop, right? So like this right here, I feel like this should be brighter with more highlight around it. Same with this animation. I feel like it could be better. Same with this. Maybe not black for this. Maybe silver for this. There's still not more of that pop right here. So let me scroll down. Let's see what else. See, it's definitely dark mode, but there's still not that pop. So what I'm gonna say for the entire website, let's give it a glowy pop effect that makes all the buttons and information, one, easier to see, two, pop out better to the eyes, and three, we're gonna say make the colors more vibrant slash brighter.
Don't send it yet. Don't send it yet.
Keeping the same dark mode vibes. Okay, what else do you want to add to that?
What else do you think that it needs before we send to it? Do you want to try to shift everything towards the middle? So see how it's like reading the lettering on the left?
So if you
do you
can't
think
really
it would look
shift this anywhere because we'd have to either get rid of this or move it somewhere, which I don't think it's a good idea. Actually, I really like this positioning right here.
to turn the pure and more voice to open step AI?
Also, change pure and more voice to open step AI everywhere it exists.
Scroll down still.
Definitely make the CTA buttons have more glow slash pop slash, I guess not really glow. I guess what I'm looking for is like background glow. You know what I mean? Like behind the button. The 1, 2, 3, and 4 here are pretty hard to see. For all the lettering that is gray, make it white with the same brightness slash glowiness. That's not even a word, but it'll understand it. The background
Wait,
of
scroll
the
back up.
cards, the background of the cards, do we want to change that color? Like this is black.
Yeah, so like a dark blue.
Also change the background of the cards which are displayed behind the tiers and the SMB stacks and anywhere else where there is a card as a background, and make it what color do you want?
Like a dark blue to match the space theme. I think dark blue would.
Or why don't we do gradient purple? Also actually, I'm not gonna flood it too much with instructions about very different things. When you guys are instructing these AI website builders, it's better to not flood it with 30 things to do at once. Try to keep it at a minimum of 3 to 4 max, and then send it in the next iteration. Try to go back and forth with it. I found it better if you are more concise about this, that the actual output you get is more in line with what you're looking for, because it's not having to spend too much tokens thinking about all these different complexities for the different parts of the process that you're sending. All right, looks like it just finished. Let's see what our changes look like. Oh my God, off the freaking bat. This looks nuts. This looks very, very nice, bro. I love the purple gradient into black. Look at how glowy and beautiful the discovery call is. This is so nice to click around in. I mean, look, even if we go over this, you see the background start to literally have a slight glow to it. Scroll down here. Here's our cards. Missed calls equals lost jobs. Everything glows when you hover over it. Beautiful. What changes in the first 30 days? You can see everything easily. Okay, so the 1, 2, and 3, and 4, you can actually see them now. SMB stack cards are changed. Okay, so now, okay, bro, I don't know about you, but I literally love the way this website looks right now. This looks absolutely beautiful, man.
And the OpenStep AI looks nice.
And the OpenStep AI, okay, I didn't even see that it changed that. OpenStep AI is nice. All the buttons work. So if you go to packages, it just scrolls you down. Integration scrolls you. So every single button scrolls you to where you need to see.
You gotta tell it not to say the price.
So now what we have to do is we have to remove the pricing from it. Okay, so I'm gonna go back here. Oh my God, looks like we hit our credit limit. All right, bro, we have to now either wait 19 hours, which I'm definitely not waiting. But it looks like I'm about to upgrade the plan right now. So boys and girls, you're gonna see me in the next clip with the plan, and we're just gonna continue doing what we're gonna do. And if you're wondering how much this costs, this is $20 for a single month if you wanted to use it. With that month, you're gonna get 100 monthly credits and 2,000 integration credits, which by the way, I have no idea what that even means. But let me just do a quick lookup and figure out what these actually even are.
Take a screenshot and ask ChatGPT.
It's exactly what I'm
Hey,
You're learning. You're learning. All right, bro. Hold on. Let me do this. What are these integration credits in base 44? I literally have no idea what they are. Guys, this is literally a cheat code, by the way. If you figure this out, Windows Shift S, I forgot the Mac commands, but this is the most beautiful thing to like talk to ChatGPT. Okay, so it looks like the quota you get each billing cycle that your app uses when it interacts with external services or advanced features. Okay, so that means if you do an integration inside of your website, when that integration gets used, those credits get used. This is kind of a pissy move, to be honest, because you don't really want to be limited. And really, the only integrations we worrying about right now is two of them, right? The first one is when somebody fills out this form right here and clicks book a discovery. It could be one of two things that happen, right? It'll take them directly into a calendar booking, which they can just click on a calendar slot and then book a meeting for us to jump on and talk to them. And the second integration, which I'm going to show you guys how to do this, by the way, is when somebody fills out their information here and clicks book a discovery, these pieces of information are going to go somewhere. And that somewhere is going to be to another AI system that I'm going to show you guys how to build, which is going to take all that information and then send them a custom personalized response that's completely AI written, but it's going to be as if it came from a specific team member, and it's going to ask them more questions or try to get them to do a discovery call if they didn't actually book on the calendar itself. And let me tell you why this is important, right? This is called speed to lead. This is a super duper important thing in business, where if somebody fills out a form or tries to get a hold of you, the time it takes for you to reach back out to that person and actually talk to them and get them to do what you want them to do is called speed to lead, okay? And the longer you wait for that response, the less and less interested these people become. And so you see that systems that make this speed to lead very, very quick end up being super valuable because you want to talk to people when they are peak in their interest, which is the moment that they filled out the form or whatever that they actually did on your website. You want to catch them around these minutes, okay? Potentially 5 minutes after or 10 minutes after, not a day after, okay? There's a huge difference in that. And so right now, I don't know how much 2,000 credits actually are. Maybe every time it uses it is 1 credit. I don't know the exact system. But what we're going to do is we're going to subscribe anyways, and we're going to see what it looks like when we actually set up our integrations into our website, and we're going to be tying our domain into the website here as well. And just like that, boys and girls, we are now on the starter plan. I'm about to move forward. How do I get back to my website? There it is. Boom. All right, I'm going to refresh the page. That fucking message better be gone the second I'm back. There it is. All right, we're back. Let's see. What we have to do here is, and we said we're going to get rid of the pricing. That's the first thing, right? So let's see. Get rid of the pricing that is shown on the tiered cards. We're going to say both implementation pricing and stewardship pricing. Also, I'm gonna say for pricing, people are gonna be quoted when they get discovery call with us. So we're gonna tell it to tell people that we're gonna say for pricing, we will give them an accurate quote after the discovery call. So tell that to them on the card, on the tiered cards. All right. All right. I said get rid of the pricing that's shown on tier cards. Let's see what happens. I feel like I should have waited before I sent that for any other changes, but do we really want to do anything else? Oh, that's right. The contact email. I gotta stop wasting my messages. That's for sure. Let's see. How it works, integrations, FAQ.
Could you click through those things really quick? What if we have multiple locations? I just want to see what it says.
Yeah. So what if we? Whoa. All right. It just changed it. Let's see. Let's go back to the cards. All right. Custom pricing will provide an accurate quote tailored to your operations after the discovery call. There it is. Cool. Let's jump back to. Okay. So you wanted to see what's inside of these. What if we have multiple locations? If locations operate as one operation entity, it's typically one system. Separate entities may require multiple systems or a custom quote. What are your support hours and response time? Support hours are 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. Recurrence responding within 12 hours. Resolution timing depends on complexity. That's accurate. What CRMs do you support? We support calming, plumbing, FSM tools. Final compatibility depends on your operation and is confirmed during discovery. Can you use our existing phone system? We typically route calls to the AA line instead of deep phone system integrations to keep reliability high. That is correct. Do you charge per call or per minute? Usage costs are billed at cost and paid by the customer. We do not mark up usage as value pricing. That's proper. Is this a SaaS subscription? SaaS stands for software as a service. No, this is an implementation service plus optional ongoing system stewardship. I don't know if we want to keep using the word stewardship. I feel like support works better than stewardship. Let's see, where else is it using that word stewardship? Stewardship right here. I think I'm gonna change the word stewardship to support. And also, look at this. Installed for your operations, not a generic bot. The G is hidden under the, like, you can't even see it unless you highlight it. This is something very tiny, but I caught it. So I'm gonna tell it to do this. I'm gonna say move installed for your operation, not a generic bot, up by, we want to say what, like 30%? Yeah, I'll say 30%. By 30%.
Wait. Because it.
So, but by 30%, it'll end up here. 100%.
What if it moves? What if it moves it somewhere totally different?
No. I promise you it'll work. Up by 30% is like right here. Like if you just imagine this as a meter, right? Imagine this is 0%. Imagine this is 100%. 30% would be 0, 10,
I would say
20, 30.
the
Right here.
G. I would say the G in generic is cut off a little bit. Can you move up the wording so that the G isn't cut off? I mean that. Yeah. Go ahead. Try the.
Trust
I
me,
would
trust
just.
me. This is gonna work. We'll do 30% of that. If I fail you on this, Miles, I will give you anything you want. do we have any other changes before I send that through? Are you sure the purple though? Like, okay, what if we thought about a different gradient coloring scheme? Like, well, why purple?
I like the
I feel
purple.
like purple's just like.
Purple's like lean. I like the purple.
Did you just say purple's? Alright, bro. I'm not even gonna say nothing. Damn, I don't know how. See, now I'm like second guessing the purple. All right, you know what? I'm just gonna keep it as it is. Wait, it didn't even move it. Okay, hold on. Let's try something different. What is this visual edit?
Editor replay back when Anmar said he would give me anything I want. Say move it up. Say move installed for your operation, not a generic bot.
Bro,
Say
this is
tell it to
happening
move
to
it
not
up.
just this. This is happening to this one and this. No, wait, it's not happening to this one. Wait, it is. No, is it? Yeah, it is. Look at the Y.
No.
Bro, the Y is cut off.
Oh.
It's happening to
Wait, go back down.
every single one. So, okay, so this is like, okay, how about this? The header titles for each section, a portion of the bottom half of them is blocked by the visual cards. Adjust the letters positioning so that all the header titles are moved up in a way where they are not covered.
I would say the exact example. So like type it. Say
for
not
example, the G
say the G
in
in
the word
generic,
generic,
and then the heading.
the bottom half of it won't
Bottom.
show. And also the Y, bro, this is so brainless. We're not even thinking. And the Y in already. These are just two examples. There are more. This is so brainless, bro. All right, what else do you want to say? Good.
Say scan the whole landing page and make sure that absolutely no letters are cut off.
Scan the whole landing page.
And then tell the AI, good AI, good base 44.
I wonder what happens if I say that after it gives me the changes.
We're over here pissing away credits.
Oh, literally, bro. Wait, I forgot this wasn't free. Hold on. I'm not doing that. Wait, all right, let's see if it changes. Okay. Bro, it's still there.
Can you screenshot it?
I don't know. You know, let me try it. Let's try it. Oh, let's do images. Let's go. All right, the G is still blocked as you can see. So are the other ones similar to this title header. Fix them all now. All right. See what happens now. All right, let's see. Oh, wait, I kind of saw this move down a little bit, but it still didn't fix it. Hold up. Is it even done? It's still writing, no? It's still editing. It's not even done yet. All right. Never mind. I guess I don't know what I'm talking about. Ignore it. All right. It's a double the bottom padding of all section headers to prevent descenders from being cut off. Yeah, sure you did, buddy. I'm sure you did, buddy. I'm sure you did, but you know, bro, I don't think I'm literally even gonna stress it. Because at this point, we're burning through credits, and I don't think it's a huge deal. So we're just gonna move on. Let's go. This is kind of very, very annoying that it couldn't get it. But I'm not gonna keep burning through our credits because we're probably gonna want to do more things with those credits that actually matter.
Yeah.
Actually, no, we have nothing better to do with those credits. I want to fix this. This is a long shot, but I think I know what's happening. I don't even know if I worded it right. I said the black space that is part of the visual cards above and below, I want you to cut it in half. AKA, like you guys see if I highlight this, the G shows up, meaning there's like a little bit like a overlay on top of it. And I think this overlay is part of this visual. So I'm telling it to cut whatever space right here in half. I don't know if that even made sense to it. Well, let's see if that works. I genuinely have no idea.
Wait, scroll from the top down.
All right, wait.
Oh.
Moment of truth.
Oh, it still didn't take it out.
It definitely made it worse, bro. Because look, the P and the B are touching now.
Oh. Fuck.
No, I'm gonna say go back
Fuck.
to the reverted. Wait, go back to the most reverted state we were in before the most recent change. Hold up, let's see if that fixes it. Reverted all car padding back to its original value. All
That
right,
didn't change shit.
you know what, Miles? I'm not even gonna trip about it, bro. This is pretty nice, dude. They were like 96% of the way there. I'm not even gonna trip about this at all. We're gonna move forward now. Let's take one final look and see if there's anything else we have to do. Nothing happens if we click any of these. That's fine. We don't want nothing to happen either ways, but all of this stuff lights up. That's nice. So this is the main book discovery. Okay, cool. And obviously we have this. So I'm going to change this to our email. This is the very, very last thing. I'm going to say change the contact email to nmar at openstepai.com. Okay, this should be the very, very last thing. And boom, just like that, our contact email is now the same email that we made. And boom, just like that, now our email has officially been changed and we are good to move forward. The next thing we're going to do, boys and girls, is we're going to start messing with the website itself. And then we're going to start cooking up the actual integrations and the backend CRM of what's happening when somebody actually fills out this discovery form, which is our AI system that's going to be doing the speed to lead stuff. And it's going to be our calendar system. So that way they can actually get on the calendar. We're going to set all of that stuff up. And I'm going to show you guys how to do that next. All right, so I don't know how I feel about this purple hue, to be honest, Miles. Why don't we try something like baby blue, bro? I feel like baby blue would be easier on the eyes. What do you think about that?
Let's do it.
Let's do it. All right. What should we say? Let's do this. Let's revisit the entire site and change the purple to baby blue. Keep the other glowy elements and poppy elements the same. Let's see what that looks like. I hope this looks the same way it looks like in my mind, to be honest, because I think baby blue is definitely easier to look at than this. And this, for some reason, reminds me of a Hellcat. I don't know why. I'm looking at this website and I think of Hellcats. You know what I mean? Like this, to me, this is like Scat Pack Hellcat. Like it's grimy, you know? I don't know why, bro. Like, do you see it?
Yeah.
I know you see it, bro. It's kind of, I don't know, bro. Like purple and black, grimy as shit. Okay, so it looks like it's going through. It's probably gonna take about 5 minutes. So the next time you guys can see it, it's gonna be edited, and then you'll see what the final version looks like. All
He
right,
seems
let's
pretty
see.
cool.
So it looks like this website is done. Oh my god, bro, this is literally so much better. I'm not even gonna lie. Okay, it didn't change everything. Some stuff is still purple. Why? Why are some things still purple? That doesn't. What? All right, all right.
Uh,
It goofed. Oh
uh,
wait, no. We
wait,
can't
wait.
just. It's still editing, bro. Hold on. Let's see. Okay, there are still purple elements. It's still editing though. I don't know, dude. I really love this though. This list looks so much better.
Yeah, but that bit's still purple. Why did it do that?
I know. I'm waiting for it to finish right here. It's editing the outcome section. So it's still going. Oh, see, look, it's changing them. Okay, it changed like 90% of them. There's still purple elements. There's like the SMB stack, and I like this too. Like it highlights the most popular. I think we'll keep this as purple, bro. All right, let's just take one last look at the brand new baby blue website. Everything right here is glowy. It's poppy. You click on it, bunch of shit happens. This is cool. Jump down here. Your phone shouldn't be a bottleneck. Scroll down. It changed the cards. It changed the wording here. This is all baby blue. Scroll down here. What changes in the first 30 days? Here's the stat. All right, this is perfect. I think we're gonna keep it this way, man. So now the next thing we have to do is we have to tie our domain. If you guys are using base 44, I'm gonna show you how to do this right now in real time, and you can just follow me. If you're gonna be using durable, I'm gonna play a video on the screen, which is gonna walk you through step by step how to do it on durable. So with that being said, skip to the part that applies to you. If you're watching base 44, watch this. If you're watching durable, watch the other video. It's probably going to be me in a different time period, but you're going to see me show you both, so that way it makes sense no matter which path you take.